Hello and welcome to this video tutorial where we'll be looking at how to do reporting in Traffic Live. Within this tutorial we'll be looking at the different types of reports you can create, including job time and money, time scheduled work with financials, exporting data, and also some links to some documentation and help. Within reporting we'll look at various categories, beginning with setting the reporting category, setting the date range, attributes, creating the report, measures, filtering, changing the chart type, viewing the underlying data, and exporting the data. Here you can see some links to some documentation and help, which you can find on our website at trafficlive.com. Going into Traffic Live, we need to go into the reporting module in order to access the reporting functionality. To do this, you simply click on reporting and then work from left to right. So here I choose the report type from the drop down list. I then choose the date range that I wish to search through. Once I'm happy, I hit submit, and the system will give me what we call attributes that I can report against. There are a number of attributes that you can use, and it's a case of simply taking the category that you want to query on and dragging it into the data grid. You have a top data grid and a bottom data grid. We'll explain this in more detail later, but if I drop it into the bottom, you can see that the system is showing me now the clients, and it's using measures. The system requires a measure to be used, so by default it chooses the top measure in the list. I can then check or uncheck the boxes that I wish to query on. So if I scroll down, I may want to look at all the job time that's been logged against what was estimated. I can then take off any measures I don't need, click on OK, and there is the report. As I hover over it, will give me the values for each client. And I may wish to now break this down further. So if I go back into the attribute section, I can take another category such as project and drop that into the data grid. By putting it at the top, it's clustering to show me what the breakdown of those hours are by project. So now I have separate graphs showing me that information based on project. To see the underlying data, I hit show grid, and there's all the information there. I can hide the grid, or I can export the information out into Excel, which will just give me a data dump into CSV format. Choose a save location and then go ahead if you'd like to do that. I can also change the type of chart that I'm looking at. I can then go in and choose a different report type. Let's do time scheduled work with financials. Again, choose my data range, and I'm happy I hit submit, and it will give me a new list of attributes that are relevant to that particular report type. So again, I'll drop client into the bottom data grid section, and because I've got line chart, you can see it's displaying that information as a line graph. I can also add employee, so now it's showing me what work each person has done for which client. Again, I can change the chart type into a column should I choose, and I'm going to change the measures now. So instead of using approved allocated in time range, which is the default, I'm now going to look at total costs against total hours logged. And again, it will display the values by hovering over. And I can also go to show grid to show me the breakdown of that data numerically. So it's showing me all the work each person has done for each client. I'm going to hide that data grid now, and I'm going to also use the print button. This will allow me to print this graph out should I choose to. Another nice feature is the ability to filter on the categories you have. So rather than seeing all clients, I can just look at Apple, drilling down to see what work each person has done for Apple. Again, I can filter onto a particular employee. So now I'm just looking at the work that Stephen Gerrard has done for Apple in terms of hours logged and costs. I'm now going to drag charge band into the top section, and this will break down the hours that Stephen Gerrard has done for Apple against the charge band.